Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. This is part 33 of the HUMVEE Warthog project. I decided to call this truck as the Super Hog. I think it's a cool name for the truck. It's not exactly like a Warthog, but I was inspired by the Warthog, and so I wanted to name it something that relates to the Warthog. So from now on, I'm going to call it a Super Hog. Now for the plan for the day is, I want to try to get this body into my other shop where the lift is and where the chassis resides right now. So that's my plan for today, and then after that we'll see what we can do to integrate the two pieces together. But first, let's just talk through the plan on how to get this thing over there by myself. My son, believe it or not, is still sleeping, so he wouldn't get up. So I gotta figure out how to do this by myself until he gets up and help me. So I'll go over the plan with you. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna push this truck out because there's a decline. So I'm gonna push it all the way down to about here, and that's an incline. That's where things are gonna be interesting. My other shop is right there in the back. So I'm gonna hook it up with a rope, and I'm gonna go under, and then I'm probably just gonna hook it up to somewhere in here because I really don't have anything to pull just yet. So now let's take a walk over. One thinking is, I'm just gonna pull with the Jeep on a rope and just gradually bring it up this incline and then drag it all the way out back. So then after the body past this point, I'm gonna push this truck straight out into there and then find a way to get the body to come in. It's on caster, so it should be able to come in, lift it up, and then push this chassis back on in here. So that's the plan. I'll get things started. I will give you guys a little peek of my other shop. This is where my son Camaro is. He's still working on that. Slowly but surely. This is my Oldsmobile that I work on from time to time. It's drivable. It drives great, so I keep driving it and do a little improvement here and there. I have a Hellcat, brand new Hellcat, sitting over here waiting for going into either a Challenger or a Charger, the 70s. And there's another Hellcat setup that's gonna get either a Charger or a Challenger as well. So I'm building two after the Warthog, and then of course that's the Corvette that I've C8 that I worked on from time to time. It's the finished Mustang that I'm starting to drive it now. It's awesome. I've been enjoying it. So that's my other shop, and then this is where the lift is at. So if you enter this tote bay garage, this is where the Warthog's gonna reside just for today and tomorrow, and I'm gonna rearrange. I'm gonna move this to where the Corvette is at, so I get more room to work on. These posts are in the way, but I need it for installation. After that, I really don't need the lift for anything. So here's the setup. I mean, I designed this truck around these lifting system too. You can see how close they are on each side. I mean, if it's any wider, I really can't get in here. So that's the limit of the design. And so first I'm gonna just lift it up using the two posts. So lift the body up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut all the casters, make it a clean body, and then we'll push that in. We'll get my son to come back out here and help me to push it in, but that's the plan for the day. Okay, so the body's off the ground. We'll show you guys how I lift it. So this one point here, put it right to the frame. One on the other side, and then just to be safe, I have one of these floor supports that I got it there, so I can be safely working on the body. And here's something I have to break up, so there's no way that I can jack this up anywhere. So I decided just to come in with a bunch of wood and raise it up. Same thing on the other side, right there. So now that's a little sketchy, so I went ahead and I put these floor stands that all the way in the floor, so should be good to work under. So the plan is for the next hour or so, I'm gonna go in and start hitting the places where I miss painting. You can see I missed some spots here, and there's a bunch of places that I missed, so I'm gonna go in and paint it with the Eastwood gloss chassis paint, and just so you know this area is protected, nobody's gonna see it. The only color I have is black, so should be fine. It's under the car. All right, so here's an update. I got my son to help me to push this under, then trying to get the body to drop on top. Get to the point where I'm getting ready to drop it down. I already cut the casters off. I really tried to drop the body down once, and I got a little bit of interference. Show you what that is. So this little piece right here, it meant to be for the caster, but you know, I never thought that it was going to get in the way, because when it gets down here, it's hitting right here. So I'm gonna have to go and maybe get a plasma cutter or something and cut that piece out, because it's not gonna work the way it is. But other than that, everything else clears pretty good. There we go. So I'm gonna go find a way to cut that off, and then we'll get this body back down. All right, so I cut off the bracket. You can see that bracket's gone. I decided to not use the plasma cutter. I don't want to cause a fire in here. I just use a normal cutting tool. The cut doesn't look too good, but you know, it's off from there. It's fine. Put a coat of paint on it. Now I can go ahead and get the body back down. All right, guys. So I finally got the truck situated on the chassis. I still haven't gotten all the bolts in yet for the mount, but everything lines up. Just want to show you guys before I put all the mounts on. Truck is massive. There we go. So I'm still working on the front. And you can see it's still having the original Humvee tires. These are little tires with the incorrect offset. I'm gonna have to get all my work done as far as setting up the steering so I can get this on the other shop where I can swap out tires, because you can see there's no way that the aftermarket tire is gonna make it through the lift. So that's the reason why I still got the little tires on. Everything else working really good. So first thing I did was just getting the master cylinder on the truck, because this has been hanging on a wire for a few years. So I just couldn't wait to get it mounted properly. So that's the first thing I did. And then, so the next thing to do is I'm gonna have to cut. And I didn't plan this out properly, because you know I should have thought about leaving space somewhere in that corner to get the steering column to go through, because right now it's solid. So what happened, I got the plasma cutter all the way into here, so I can go ahead and cut out a section, maybe just cut an oversized section, and then I come in and figure out where the linkage goes, and then we'll have to have another piece to plug it up. But basically this is where the steering column goes, and then it's gonna have to make a turn, and it goes to that corner. So that's the work. I'm probably gonna just work on it tomorrow. I'm getting pretty tired. Just want to show you guys progress. And the truck is pretty much situated. You can see that, let's see, there's a mount in there. Yep, you can see that hole there. That goes to the top, and the hose lines up already. I just need to put bolts on that and bolt it down. I need to make a trip to Home Depot to get some really big bolts to get it mounted properly. That's the engine bay. Everything clears, thankfully. The tray clear by about an inch, so which is great. Everything's clear from the hood. Turbos has plenty of space now. I don't have a lot of space for the output from the turbos, so or the downpipe. So that downpipe is gonna have to be turned pretty sharp. Either that, or I'm probably gonna have to plasma cut some of these steel here to accommodate for that. But that's something that I need to get the body on to know where the interferences are, and we'll deal with it. Let's see. Yeah, other than that, everything else is looking really good. The truck is super tall. Well guys, check this out. It's just super massive. It's just unbelievably big. I mean, you stand back and look at it, it just like, you know, you have to see it in real life to believe how big this thing is and how massive it is. Awesome. That's just the way that I envision it, and it actually become reality. It's a great feeling to have. So the plan for tomorrow is I'm going to go and take care of that steering column problem, because, you know, right now we can't steer the truck. I can't really push it out and move to the other bay where I can actually finish up the assembly. So tomorrow morning I'm going to get up early and we'll resolve that issue. Then after that, you know, I'll give my son some time to get up, and once he does, we're going to pull the Super Hawk with a Jeep again, and we'll just get it to the other side where we can actually do a lot more work on it. So I'm getting very excited, guys. It's all coming together. So be sure you guys tune in tomorrow, and hopefully I can get the proper size for the front tire, and you should be able to see like the entire truck the way that is designed. Appreciate you tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank Thank you.